Welcome, Mikasa e Sukasa. To have you here. It just so happens that I want to go over some film. I want to go over some footage of summer OTAs and talk about it. Let's talk about it a little bit. So let's dive on in to what's going on. Also, thankfully, my nose is working quite well right now. Allergy medicine's working really well right now. So take advantage of that while we can, because that's always a really big deal. You know what I mean? That's always hard to do. Also, I need to ditch the Go Wolves, huh? We got to get this to we got to change this out of here. Wolves are done. We got to get that over to go JJ McCarthy, huh? Something like that. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, maybe we'll try to get to it here and kind of talk about what I'm talking about and about what I kind of see. So basically, what I'm seeing a lot of, and I really like it. I really like what I'm seeing from this group of guys here, because JJ McCarthy's out there throwing the football, and how do I kind of put it? The rest of the team's there. You know what I mean? That's a big deal. That's always huge during these non-mandatory camps. Even during mandatory camps, you have a lot of guys missing out. You know what I mean? You have a lot of guys that stay at home or whatever during these mandatory mini camps and stuff. Let's get old McCarthy's jersey out. Let's get both JJ to JJ. Let's get these on the surface. Basketball one's back a little bit. Justin Jefferson, JJ McCarthy right there. Nice. I like that. Put this one right there. There we go. Boom. So, what do I mean by all this? What am I talking about? Why is this thing loading forever? Come on now. Trying to get you to work here. So, I'm going to get summer OTAs loaded up over here. I'm going to be able to go over them a little bit, which should be nice. That's quite loud, but all right. So,
reports out of Minnesota are saying
Vikings football here. Let me get it pulled up. And also hats off. Let's take a minute here, everybody, for Jim Marshall and remembrance of Jim Marshall, defensive end for the Minnesota Vikings. Or that's sort of what we played back in the day, I guess. You know what I mean? I didn't get to watch it. It was before my time. But the guy was a legend, and it was stuff I got to kind of watch in films. It was the guy that ran backwards, the famous one where he got the fumble. What I didn't know about that game is he also force fumbled another fumble at the end and won them the game against the Niners that game. But you don't ever see that, like that he made up for it. You know what I mean? And so, but just, he was he led him to 4 Super Bowls, and he was the captain of the team. Guy never missed a game in like 12 years or something crazy. Always be remembered as a legend, and never forgotten. We're big on football as family here, and that's a part of our family. So thank you, and moving on. So now we can kind of talk about what I was talking about, though, with the other stuff up here. So let me get that kind of going here. Okay. Minnesota Vikings, and Minnesota Vikings page has a remembering Jim Marshall, and we could probably do some of that as well. O'Connell breaking down some college film. Don't we want OTA practices here? Yeah. First week of OTA practices. There we go. So let's get that up there, and let's take a look here. And also, we might need to do this for now just to give us a little bit better of a view. All right. And so, should be nice, actually. we should get a pretty good view of what's going on and what we're talking about. Hopefully.
Okay.
It's kind of bright. I don't think you're able to see as well, super well, but I wonder if there's anything I can do to change that. I wonder if I could be like a projector in class. You know what I mean? That doesn't even change it, does it? Hopping. I want to get tangled. All right. Is that Jones? And then also I noticed on the foot here, nothing going on with the foot. That's something I wanted to look at. McCarthy's throws are right on the money for all these. And we can also get these up on another screen if we want to. For you guys, whatever. Look at that. Perfect timing there. I mean, he released that. Those balls are cooking. Man, we got ourselves a Josh Allen here, man. Vikings got themselves somebody really special in this guy, I'm telling you.
Heck of a group here today, by the way.
I can't
Yeah,
can't express how much I think that JJ McCarthy is going to be that guy. It's crazy. You know what I mean?
To have really the totality of your football team here.
And that's sort of what I want to talk about, is that they have the totality of the team. So that's very important. You know what I mean? That to me says a lot. So what does that mean? Essentially, it means that, you know what I mean, all the big superstars are there. JJ McCarthy is there, along, you know what I mean, which is kind of to be expected because he missed so much. But then you got JJS and Justin Jefferson is there. And you got a lot of other guys that normally wouldn't be going to these camps. You know what I mean? They go to some or whatever, but they're not going to be going to every single mini camp and everything like that normally. And I don't believe they were there last year or any of the Kirk years except for their rookie years. So, man, this is special, dude. What that tells me is that these guys are like, oh, you know what I mean? Like this kid, JJ McCarthy, he's special. Is kind of what that means, in my opinion, is that these guys are saying, like, hey, we trust that McCarthy is that guy. We trust that McCarthy is going to be able to get us to the Super Bowl. And we're so hyped up and happy about it that we're going to show up to these practices, because you've seen the same thing back when Patrick Mahomes joined the Chiefs, right? So, you know what I mean? The year before, when Alex Smith was the quarterback and Patrick Mahomes gets drafted and everything like that, nobody was there. You know what I mean? You didn't hear nothing. You just heard like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? They got a quarterback, and then Alex Smith came out that season, all guns blazing, just freaking ripping the ball, throwing super good, man. Like Sam Darnold, man. Not unlike Sam Darnold. You know what I mean? Just had the best season of his career. You know what I mean? And who knows what could happen when he went on? You know what I mean? He could have went on to have a career very similar to what Sam's having if he wouldn't have had that leg injury, Alex Smith. But, you know, what happened the next year is everybody that was there the year before came back because they knew what was there. They saw Alex Smith and Patrick Mahomes standing side by side, throwing the ball, and it was very, very easy to do. Hey, don't want to be disrespectful to you here, vet, you know what I mean? But the Rook is real good, man. He's got you. You know what I mean? Because that's how it is here. The rookie JJ McCarthy would have beaten out anyone in camp, including Aaron Rodgers, dare I say. Like, he could have beat him out, I think, which is wild. You know, maybe not year one, maybe not beat him out, I guess, because camp is a different sport. But towards the end of the year, I think if you line them up and you go stat for stat, tit for tit, I think McCarthy's going to have a lot more in him and in the tank as the year ends. I think it would have been nice to get somebody like Aaron Rodgers to be here but I think that they didn't want McCarthy to be sitting at backup anymore because, you know what I mean? Every position costs so much these days, and to get the most out of your quarterback position, you definitely want your top 10 quarterback to be starting in year two. You don't really want to pull what the Niners did and have Brock Purdy, you know, starting and then just kind of throw away your top pick or whatever. But then again, you know, where is that top pick? Trey Lance didn't show up anywhere else. So, you know what I mean? Trey Lance probably wasn't as good as hyped. And this happens a lot in college, you know, not as good as hyped. And they had JJ McCarthy actually as like a second or third round projection, right? But then things heated up. People got a closer look and they were like, hey, man, this kid wins a lot. He's got a tenacity and a mental fortitude that a lot of these guys don't have. If something breaks down, he's going to be able to fix it. He's not just going to fall apart and cry for mom. He's not a kid lost in a candy store. You know, he is a mature young man navigating his way through the league. And I wouldn't put it past him to be able to be a true leader to where these guys can come in and be like, oh yeah, that's our leader. That's our guy. I'm going to go put this nose thing on. That's our guy. That's our leader. And not have a doubt in the world that is going to be the guy. I put my nose strip on. But yeah, there's no way. It's going to be, you know what I mean? It's going to be elite. And not unlike, you know what I mean, the Chiefs when they won their Super Bowl, you know, the Vikings have the same sort of recipe there. You know what I mean? You got Travis Kelce in his prime there. You got TJ Hawkinson. You know, you could draw a lot of correlations is what I mean. The recipe is right there. So you got TJ Hawkinson. You know what I mean? To go a good, you know, a guy pass catching tight end to help your quarterback out. Good, you know, dump route, good out route, good everything route to help out, you know, a young quarterback. This thing is killing me here. And then you got your Tyreek Hill, young superstar wide receiver, and Justin Jefferson is the cream of the crop when it comes to wide receivers. So you got your burner, you got your wide receiver there. And then not only that, you got 2-3 other wide receivers that are without a doubt very, very good in this league. Jordan Addison is top tier. This kid is top tier. And they got him all year for this talent. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if you did see a trade. If Ty Felton steps up, if Ty Felton cannot step up, then you will not see a trade. I think a lot of that's going to depend on Ty Felton's performance. But I do think this. I think that the wide receiver room is packed, right? The tight end room, great. You're good to go. You still got Jonathan Oliver. I think you still got him, you know, pass blocking tight end as well as, you know, pass catching tight end. You know, you paid TJ Hawkinson the bank there. That is a position I think they could save a lot of money on if TJ does not bust out, or like with TJ's like prowess and his, well, how well known he is. I think a lot of teams, they give a premium for that guy, you know, but I do think he is cashing out and making a ton of money as per, you know, his spot on the team. Is that one more or less than the other one, man? I feel like it's less on the side I need it to be on. I need it to be more on this side, and I feel like it's less on that side. Dang it. Ow. Anyway, I could tell by the looks of it, just how it looks. It's super weird. Why is it diagonal, or is my head diagonal? Yeah, that truly drives me a little bit bonkers. Like, I hate that. I can't look at myself anymore. Anyway. There. Oh. Breathe there for a second. So, like I was saying, a lot of mumble jumble jargon. I wish I could talk without feeling like I was choking or like I could breathe better, you know. Why does it always gotta feel like abnormal, you know? That's the part that's kind of dumb. So I don't know, man. Not being able to breathe takes it out of me, dude. Fuck. Well, hopefully we'll be able to be getting some of this stuff out of the house tomorrow. That's making me choke up. So, man, it just feels like I'm wasting this opportunity so much, man. Like, what's going on with my sinuses? Maybe just to spray the antihistamine will help or whatever. I don't know. You just need like moisture in the air, is what I mean. Yeah, because it's like you don't want to overload on that stuff or whatever. Maybe just a little Simply Saline. Maybe not even like the mint ones. I got these regular style ones. Maybe if I just get a little bit of moisture up my nose with these Simply Salines, maybe that'll help with this sort of. Basically feels like I'm suffocating. So I'm basically trying to talk to you guys, and it feels like my head is spinning right now. Like, plug your nose and try to talk. I guess that would be the best way I would have to say to anyone that wants to try. It's like I just can't breathe through like the back of my nose area. Brutal. I don't know how I'm the only one in the world that's got something like this, you know? I've never heard of it from anyone else, like ever. But I guess I'm just really, really unlucky. I mean, you always have worse things, I guess, but sometimes, like, this is the worst thing. It's crazy. Maybe just like that. There. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. We'll see. So basically what I mean is that JJ McCarthy is zipping the ball. You know, he's really freaking throwing a good looking ball. And I think that this team is looking really good and everything's looking positive. Like it's looking on the up and up. And for everybody to show up, that's got to tell me, like, hey, it's doing really incredibly well. But yeah, gosh, dude, like, how can I not breathe ever? Like, what is wrong with me? What is this that builds up? Gosh, I can't wait one day Yeah, man. Like if you guys were on the other side, if I even had viewers, there'd just be 7 to sit and sit and sit. I can't do anything like this. And this is what it's like every time I've tried to go on live for like the last few years, even TikTok or anything, dude. It's just so difficult. Makes me want to freak out sometimes. Just makes me want to like lose my cool, man. Such a bummer. Damn. Wasted 20 fucking minute stream. Stupid though. It's fucking stupid. It pisses me off. Like sometimes it's like maybe I should just keep choking until I fucking pass out, and then maybe then like it would have to be like, oh, something's wrong there. Look at that fucking just like the goopiest of goopy stuff in there. I wonder why I can't breathe. This is ridiculous. Never ends. Like I thought I was gonna be able to breathe earlier. It was going all right. Like what the hell? It's like as soon as I tried to stream, I suppose because I'm talking more, you know. But damn, man, like this is made my life so I can't talk. Like fuck, I just want to be able to talk ball. This is crazy. You know, I'd figure I'd get it right at some point, and I'd be able to edit this up and chop it up and make something. But it's just like I said, at this point, it's like holy shit. How are you gonna make anything here? I think I'm just gonna fucking give up on my dream of trying to stream, dude. God won't let me. Can't play video games. I can't stream. I can't do nothing. I can't fucking breathe ever. Like my head shouldn't be pounding this hard from my head being upside down. It shouldn't go like it shouldn't be that beat red. It shouldn't do that. I should be able to breathe somewhat out of my nose area, ear area. Like, why can't I? Like, what is going on? It's like, yeah, it's just not possible, dude. I just can't do it. Damn. But it's like I feel like I could talk when I go other places. Like I feel like I don't get this jammed up in talking, like to the point that I can't even think like how it is when I'm at home. There's got to be something going on with like the freaking with my just how my allergies are and stuff. Like it's gotta be just that bad, I guess. Which is wild. Really sucks, man. Fuck it. Not gonna keep wasting my time. Just fucking end this shit. It's so stupid.